Hello everybody! Welcome back to the channel. Nice to see you again. Happy Friday. I'm pointing the camera in the wrong direction. That's a bit better. How are we all? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Are you having a fabulous Friday? Yes, Mona Lee, that was a beer. We're starting the night off with Juicy in the Sky, it's called. A tropical pale ale from Stewart Brewing. Oh, it is nice. Who have we got anyway? We have Ewan McDonald says, evening. Good evening yourself. Rachel's in. Rebecca, Freshwater Ecology's in. Thank you for coming. Stuart from a cold and dry Wolverhampton. My God, it's cold, yes. We're having a bit of a cold snap here in Sheffield. Not as cold as some other climates. I'm sure Gasmut, yeah, he is, hi from Sweden. It's probably very cold there too. The Chichlid Asylum, good evening. Mona Lee, how we doing? Beer, it was indeed beer. We have a bit of a ritual where I open a beer on stream. That was that you got to hear earlier. Mandy Green, hi, hope tonight is as good as last week. That was so funny. Well, for those of you who missed last week, we are going to be following a similar recipe in that we'll have the general outline is a bit of waffling, a bit of back and forth chit chat. We'll have the quiz, the main quiz at 9:30, and then after that we'll have the Eliminator, which is for the second week in a row going to be based on Answer Smash. So this is important. Sorry, I dislocated my shoulder earlier, and every time I raise my hand above there, it's absolute agony. So we're going to do it like this week. Answer Smash, where you will be shown a question and an accompanying picture, and the last couple of letters, or letter, or three letters, whatever it is, of one of those answers will be the first or last couple of letters of the other answer. Answer Smash. It did not go brilliantly last week, but I really enjoyed it because some of the answers were hilarious. So hopefully, if it goes wrong again, it'll go wrong in the same way. And at least I'll have some fun. That's what we're hoping for anyway. So there, we'll have the two quizzes, a bit of irreverent chat, and yeah, you guys get to feed in whatever you want to talk about. I just saw another comment there. Teresa says, freezing here in Somerset. I think, yeah, the whole place is. Wanderings with Miss E. Evening, Graham. Hi, everyone. I'm loving your book, Graham. Sorry, that box was heavy. Did I mention I wrote a book? I promise I will only mention it when someone else mentions it. Yes, so, you know, it's Black Friday. There's no deal. But you can get it from Amazon. So go and pick up me book. It's not a thick book, so it won't take too long to read. But, you know, kind of work hard on it. I wouldn't mind it if you went and bought it. I'm international. I've sold it in several countries. So don't you know, international author here. But enough about that. Happy Fresh Friday, people. Apple Gal, thank you very much. Lee from a very cold Bolton. Indeed. It was brilliant last week. I enjoyed it too, yes. I hope your shoulder gets... So do I. It's bloody sore. That's all I can say. It's so sore, in fact, that I bit my tongue in pain earlier, and now my tongue's sore as well. So this is going to be a great live stream, but I can't speak properly. Mind you, I can't probably speak properly anyway, so you do. Sorry. Once the beer and painkillers kick in, we'll be fine. You should have clipped it for views. I don't think anybody enjoyed it other than me, though. I think that was the only problem. Book? What book? Well, did I mention I've written a book? The Fish Keeper's Mindset, available now on Amazon. Or my website if you want a signed copy. Howdy, Graham and Fishy folks. I just got your book a few days. Oh, cool. Thank you very much. Plan to read it this weekend. Yeah, if you do read it, I'd love a review. I mean, if you think it's terrible, please say it's terrible. I will never do it again. I'm interested to see what other people think. Obviously, I think it's good because I wrote it. I'm a tiny bit biased, you know. So we've got that. What other news have we had this week? We had the PFK Awards were announced this week. Woo! There's the roof. Where, if you remember, and you've been here for a while, I was encouraging you all to vote for Aquarium Adventures in the category of Online Retailer of the Year. We did not win. I think I made a post saying, oh, I've just been pipped into 178th place. I have no idea what place we came in, but it wasn't anywhere near the top. So that was that. That was a fun idea. Didn't work out. Oh, well. So we might have a look at some of the winners, though, and see who did bring home the big prizes. And I kind of mused about doing maybe a new video series where I go and visit some of these. And Rebecca, for your comment, no, I do not want to go and visit every Maidenhead Aquatics, although that might make a good video in and of itself. Could I visit all the Maidenhead Aquatics in the UK in one weekend or something like that, maybe? But no, I was thinking more of like the independent ones, because there's a few that are in fairly close proximity, like Premier Aquatics and Wirral Aquatics and things like that are all fairly near each other and kind of doable. So I thought, that might make a good wee series to go and see these independent ones that are doing well, what makes them do well, what's going into it, how important the PFK award is to them, because there is a bit of cachet that comes with it, all that kind of stuff. Thought that might be a decent wee video. And if not, it's another of my get out of the house Graham type things where I try and do a few interesting things that aren't just me in here doing stuff. Fish Fam Link, hello. How we doing? Mandy Green says, you've written a book. I didn't know you've written a book. Well, as it happens, I have written a book. This is it here. It's called The Fish Keeper's Mindset by, look at that, me, Graham Kerr. Go and buy it. Dell808 got the book during the week. Thank you, got my book, the book that I've written. Thank you very much. I mean, without this kind of shameless shilling, I'm never going to make the Christmas bestsellers list, am I? To be fair, even with this shameless shilling, I'm not going to make the Christmas bestsellers list. But yeah, you know. PJD, how we doing? Sickles Asylum says, would you really want to go all the Maidenhead? It's expensive just going to one. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be buying things at all of them. Or maybe that could be part of the challenge. I think that would be a kind of fun video, because if you think about it from the YouTuber's point of view, you're after clickability and title. I visited every Maidenhead Aquatics in the UK. I doubt I could do it in a day. How many Maidenhead Aquatics are there in the UK? Let's ask AI. How many Maidenhead Aquatics are there? There are over 130, so yes, it would take me a while. So I could probably do over a number of visits and then rank them all at the end. That'd be quite funny. PFK award, I think, is minimal. I don't know. It's going on my social media feeds. Everybody that won a prize was very keen to push the fact that they had won an award, as they should, rightly so. I think it's not. I think it's more than minimal. And getting a bit of recognition, a word similar to that. Getting a bit of recognition, I think, is probably possible. Isn't the whole of the UK smaller than a lot of the US states? I feel like it's totally possible. I mean, I can get to every country in a day, but I don't think visiting 130 stores in a day is possible. So, even if we did flying visits and we say, right, we'll make that half an hour per store, that would be, I'm now trying to mentally arithmetize 130 divided by 2. That would be 65 hours. So that's more than a day there. So I think that would take some time. But, you know, doable over a few weeks. How much is my book? My book that I have written. My book that I've written is available on Amazon right now. It is, I can't remember, $9.99, something like that. For a signed copy if you buy it from my website. $16.99 if you want the hardcover. I can't remember. Sorry, not very professional of me. Definitely worth it though. From where I am, it's about 5 to 7 hours to the Scottish border. And that's the thing, although the distances aren't vast, it's not always easy to drive places. So where did I go the other week? I went to St Helens, and I live in Sheffield, which is, because I wrote this down to claim the mileage. So that was 36 mile round trip. Which you think, oh, 136 miles, that's no problem at all. It took me 5 hours because of traffic and shitty roads and stuff like that. So there are added complications, shall we say. A bit of a road trip. It would be a road trip, wouldn't it? I mean, I wonder if we could do like a Forrest Gump type thing where people start joining me in my Maidenhead aquatic visit pilgrimages, and we could do a few meetups and things like that. I mean, I am thinking of this for the first time now. I was mostly thinking of going up to kind of Premier Aquatics, Wirral Aquatics, is it Horizon? And there's a couple in the northeast that are all clumped together. So maybe we could do that. Pop to my LFS again today, says BJD 12th Doctor. Always makes me happy. Good. Do things that make you happy, you'll be happy. Sounds simple when you say it like that. You'd have to be a millionaire to buy something from every Maidenhead. I mean, they do sell some cheap stuff, do they? They're not hugely expensive. Well, my experience of them isn't, anyway. I could drive that far west and still not make it out of my state of Texas. Yep. I was thinking one trip, like a week or less, but a day feels a day is nigh on impossible. Evening Juggler, how we doing? You have to look at total surface area. I wouldn't assume things from a map since the project. Yeah, we are not a big country, but it can be complex to get places that don't seem that far away on the face of it. If that makes sense. Fish Shop Matt was singing your praises in his latest video. He was? Yeah, I saw that. That was very nice of him to... I inspired someone. It finally happened. Woo! Aquarium Delirium. You've got a book out. Kept that quiet. This book, this book here that I've got, is for sale now on my website and Amazon. The more you mention it, the more I'm going to show it. How many times can we get Graham to hold up his book with his poorly shoulder? This book, I'll go through the pain all night long. Catfish Craig, nice to see you. Wirral is a great shop. I mean, I met the Wirral people, the whole of Wirral. I met them at Aqua. So if you saw the live streams of the videos, you might have seen me playing their little game in the booth. But even if that was a tiny percentage of the stuff that they brought down, which I'm sure it was, going from the videos that I've seen that they post online, it does look like a really good shop to be in. They're also running a competition at the moment, so if you want to go and check that out, it's like a... I don't know how to describe it. It's like a scape-off, a long-term scape-off. So they're inviting people to come to the shop, build a dry scape. They'll take pictures of it, put it online, post polls against each other, and whoever ends up winning gets to keep it or something along those lines. Hit the northeast, go to Horizon, Pond Planet, and Lanchester. You will lose a day just chatting to awesome staff. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. There's little clumps of these places that are quite close together, so it might be useful to just check it out. Amazon link to Graham's book. This book, available now on all good Amazons and my own website. Thank you, Mandy. What happened to the shoulder? Did I miss an upload today? I don't know what I've done. So I've dislocated it, and it's just gone back in funny. That's the only way I can describe it. I used to dislocate my shoulder fairly regularly. Sorry. And as a younger man, could just pop it back in. But this time something went funny and trapped and sore. So, I don't know. Getting old. were you wrestling food out of Brian? I wasn't. I might have coughed. I think it was something as subtle as that. I went, oh, and then my shoulder went all funny, and I was like, oh god. But like I say, I've done it that often. I kind of know how to get it back in, and it just didn't really work this way properly. Adam C just got here. Heard you wrote a book. I have wrote a book. This book here. It's called The Fish Keeper's Mindset by me, Graham Kerr. Thank you very much. One of my colleagues at work suggested I make a children's book next. That's definitely got legs on it, that one. A lot fewer words required for a children's book. So we might try that. But yes, in terms of the trips and video series and things like that, that's kind of where I was thinking, to get a few trips out, cover a few shops, and because we've talked about me in the past potentially doing more store tours and stuff, but how I didn't really like doing it, because in the old days when I would do fish shop tours, it'd be me with a phone going, there's one tank, there's another tank, that's another tank, there's another tank, and I thought, I'm not enjoying this. But people did like them, but I'm a bit of a stickler for, if I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. So I think it might be easier to go under those pretenses of, oh, right, this is an award-winning shop, so I'm making an effort to go and speak to them and hopefully get permission beforehand rather than forgiveness afterwards for filming their store. And I'm genuinely interested in what makes a good shop, what makes them run well, and getting the perspective of the owners, the staff that work there, the customers even, possibly. So I thought that might work quite well. Let me just copy this. Pardon me. So if you want to play the quiz, which we'll do in about 10 minutes, that is the link for the quiz. Oh no, how horrible. How long is the wait in A&E? I wouldn't know. I'm not going to go to A&E for a dislocated shoulder. The Adventures of Brian would be a great children's book. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know about Brian, but I've had a few ideas of what the narrative could be. Yes, the murdery bit in this Brian story might not be the most child-friendly of things. Stuart, what an idea. You could visit some shops and promote your book. This book? Yeah, maybe I could get it printed up en masse and let's say, here's 10 copies. And you stick them on the shelves for sale or return. I'll come and pick them up again in 6 months when you haven't sold one. Yes, so if you are interested in playing the quiz, there is the quiz link. That'd be lovely if we got a few people playing the quiz. Reminds me of an Irish comedian telling his skit about aging where he sat on the jacks and his knee fell off. Oh, I recognise that story as well. Yeah, I think that's kind of what happened. I'm pretty sure I coughed and went to raise my hand and went, oh, my arm fell off. I used to think it was cool. I used to fight a lot when I was young, but proper, not like angry fight. I used to karate, compete in karate fighting. And I used to do it quite a lot then, and it was more a case of, I don't know, just dunt it against the wall or get somebody to pull it, and it would be tink, back in, a little bit stiff for a day, and that was it. And I haven't done it for a long time, to be fair. God, it's bloody sore. My local doesn't like me going in the shop with a camera when I go in. I'm like, excuse me, there's several floaters in every tank. Yeah, and I don't want to go and do a hit piece either. I have no interest in making somebody look bad. I'd much rather just not film and say, I did come to film and this is a bit bad, so I'm not going to. Best of luck, see you later. I know that in the past there have been creators who have done that. It just feels a bit, I don't know. I get it that sometimes it's about calling out the bad places and the bad practices, but I don't know, it just didn't sit well with me. So I wouldn't do that. And again, these are award-winning shops, so they should have really good things on display. And I'm interested in seeing some of the things that Whirl Aquatics, really good social media presence, all the staff there post a variety of things. It's not just, hello, we've got another fish unboxing. It's fish unboxings. It's, oh, we've doing this competition. Oh, we've decided to make escaping. Oh, we've brought in these new weird oddballs. Oh, we've got show-winning plecos, show-winning discs. Yes. It's lots of different things going on. And most of my experience in Sheffield, we are not well served for fish shops. It's, oh, you've got 18 tanks that are tiny, and you've got neon tetras, cardinal tetras, guppies, and shrimp. There's the aquascape? No. And they just feel old-fashioned, I guess. There's no feeling of, oh, that's cool, oh, that's different. Even like a few years ago when I would go to Fishman Aquatics over in Oldham, they were constantly trying to think of new ideas, but the Sheffield shops are just a bit like, yeah, this is what we've got. End of story. And there just aren't that many of them anymore either. Hey, Stevie P, how we doing? Hey, Mr. Tumble Fish Keeper. Well, maybe there might be some IP associated to that I'm not allowed to do that. Yeah, don't put it on camera. And I would understand you if you did, because, like I say, there are reasons to call out the bad places. But I'd rather be calling out the good places than giving any attention to the bad places, I guess is where I'm coming from. As it can destroy a business fast. Yeah, and it's not because I don't want to destroy, well, I don't want to destroy a business, but if you're shit at your business, maybe you deserve to have it destroyed. I just don't, I want to, I have been down the negative road with some videos in the past, and it's not been enjoyable, so I don't want to go down that road anymore. Unless someone angers me. Then we'll see. We're also genuinely struggling up here in the northeast of Scotland. I'm genuinely tempted to open a shop. As am I, Ryan Alhambra Ross. I have been doing the sums even to try and work out what I need to do to be able to hit a break-even point, and it's never going to be worth it. So this is something I think about this quite a lot. I mean, I have even got the spreadsheet. I usually have the spreadsheet open just so as I can tinker with it during the day. Maybe you should open an aquascaping shop or workshop. I have thought about it. Yeah, I've definitely considered it. But I am, this is a proper first world problem here. I am cursed by having a quite good job. So the amount of effort that would need to go into opening a shop to run a shop, the only way I can make it make sense to get anywhere near to covering the amount of money I currently make for sitting my arse here watching a computer, I can only afford to pay for myself. So I can't have any other staff. So therefore I can't have any days off and I can't have any holidays. And that doesn't seem sustainable to me either. And I can't afford to not be open on days. So I would just run myself into the ground. I think if the YouTube thing took off a little bit more, then that would help. But I mean, I have a young family. I've been saying I have a young family for the last 18 years, but I have a young family and I have responsibilities, then they have to be the number one priority is roof overhead, food on table, all that kind of stuff. Number 2 priority is a bit of a safety zone, some savings and things like that. Number 3 priority is saving for university or family holidays. Graham getting to do his hobby is way down here somewhere. So at the moment, YouTube's paying for me to do this and have all these tanks. Why is there no lights on in that tank? I don't know. There is a light on. Very dim. Distractions. So that's what YouTube pays for at the moment. It doesn't actually pay for anything. Now, there is an argument that me opening a shop would be something that would help accelerate the YouTube side of things as well, because that would make great content. Fat idiot decides to open shop and ruins life. Oh, 100,000 views. Again, it's just, it's too much risk. The only way this really makes sense is if I get made redundant or something like that, get a big payoff, can't find another job. So go all in and see if it works and give it a go. Or wait until the kids are grown up and left home, which realistically is going to be another like 10, 15 years, something like that. The way the world is these days, kids just don't leave home because they can't afford to, because it's too expensive to buy a house. And in 10, 15 years, I will not be arsed starting a new business. I've barely got the enthusiasm for it now. I coughed and my arm fell off, as we discussed earlier, so I don't know if that'll be a thing. So it might just be a pipe dream, but you never know. Young staff are usually responsible for local shops, and they're still learning. They are, and it's not always having a pop, but in fish dye, I have imported fish myself and opened them up and gone, oh, 3 DOAs. Nothing I could have done about that other than not order them. So it does happen, but the ones around Sheffield, other than the Maidenhead, which is really good, no complaints about my local Maidenhead Aquatic. It's a good range. Yeah, the prices are expensive, but you know, they're just so vanilla and rubbish, the other ones. Very hard to break even. Plus, this far north, there isn't the demand of being down near the borders in the central belt. Exactly. That is one of the saving graces, though, I will say, about if I was to open a shop. You don't need, I don't think, high street location is like, I don't think location is quite as important, because I don't think I've ever met anybody in a fish shop who was just, I was just passing and thought, oh, do you know what? I do need some cardinal tetras. I'll just pop in. I don't think there's a lot of natural footfall. If you want something from the fish shop, you go to the fish shop. That is a trip that you make to go and buy fish. I'm going to go and research fish. I'm going to go see what they've got in. It's not a fish tank. Yeah, I will buy one of them. So I think you can get a little bit cheaper rents and rates and things because it's more of a destination shopping thing. But again, I've never done it, so maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. My LFS always has a rubbish selection at stupid prices. They're currently charging £20 for a standard bristlenose. Whoa. Do it once the kids have left home. Well, like I say, I don't think I'll have the energy by the time that gets to that point. Any news about the button plaque? The button plaque. Oh, my play button. Yes, it is in delivery. So, might be here soon. Do it from home. I mean, that is an option. So, I have done in the past. So, I used to have a pet shop license, so as I could sell things that I had bred. And when I started importing some fish, and yeah, it was a faff, but it's fine, and I could do it again. But I really don't like having people come around the house. I mean, I sell plants and stuff online, and trying to boost sales, I thought, I'll make some Facebook marketplace posts, and I made some posts for all the plants that I had, like really quite, one's just saying loads of aquarium plants for sale and listing all the plants that I had, and then saying go to my website if you want to check current stock levels. The amount of messages go, have you got aquarium plants? Yeah. What ones? The ones that I've listed on the listing. And where are you? I'm in Sheffield. That's too far away. Well, read the fucking description then, you knobhead. And it's just the amount of admin that comes with that, of dealing with dickheads that can't read. And then the other ones that are like, can I come and have a look at them? And I'm like, well, you can, but I'd rather bring them to you. The one time I'd rather do delivery, rather than have somebody come. I'll be there between 3 and 7. You're like, what? No. Make an appointment and turn up, or you're not getting in. And then the way I run my fish room, this is obviously it's a working fish room. The plants, my stock tanks for my plants are up high on shelves. You might have seen them in previous videos. And it's a bit of a tight squeeze to get in there in between Mega Tank 1, and then you have to get on some steps. I don't want to bring some old guy in here who's like £300 getting on my rickety ladders, falling over and smashing his head open on something. I'm like, that's an insurance liability nightmare. So again, I'm like, I don't really want to do this in my house. Unless I completely redesigned the place to make it like I would have it as a shop that I have. Because this is my house, I have made it as tight as possible as I'm willing to put up with, so that I can maneuver in the fish room, because I'm the only one that's ever really in here. When you get 2 or 3 people in here, it's a bit like, oh, okay, maybe. So, or unless I was to build a building specifically as a fish room, a sales fish room, a retail fish room, and have people come that way. I mean, it's not. I thought my wife would be dead against it, but she was like, "Oh yeah, why don't you just sell from the house?" But I just don't want people just randomly pitching up. So, well, lots of thinking to do. One of the things to do is maybe do more and more of the auctions around the country, so I could specifically make that a day's sailing to go out and see how much money I could earn. I went to the Bradford one recently, as we did, and that was fine. But they're often so poorly run. Like, by the time they got to my box of stuff to sell at the Bradford one, 90% of the people had gone. So I don't know how you get to the front of the queue to make sure that your stuff gets sold better. I did all right, but it really wasn't worth a 12-hour day. But, you know, it's fun. So there is that. Newfoundlander, here we have a saying, the arse has gone right out of her. Yes, I think I recognise that saying. Some of our LFS pay less than £1 each for Malawi and sell for £20 each. If you opened a shop and bought from local hobbyists, then supply prices would be lower and better sell-on prices. Maybe. I mean, I don't know about the exact buy for £1 and sell for 20, but that is a fairly common practice, that you sell for much more than you buy for. And as someone who doesn't have the overheads, so I can buy a fish that costs £1, and if I sell it for £1.50, I'm happy with that, because I don't have the overheads. I don't have rent to pay. I don't have insurance to pay. I don't have staff to pay. I don't have business rates to pay. I don't have licensing, all the other things that all have to be added onto that £1. So selling from home, I can certainly do that kind of keen pricing to keep me ahead of shops and stuff like that. Also, you buy a fish for £1, you buy 10 of them, you have to assume you're not going to sell all 10, that some might die. So you can't sell them for £1 each, because if you only sell 7, you've paid 10, you've lost money. You have to feed those fish for a while. You have to keep them healthy. You might have to dedicate a tank to them because they're from some strange area with different water parameters. You might have to quarantine them. And all these things have a monetary value to them. So, yeah. I've seen some books in local fish shops. Would you have any to sell in your shop? Some books. I might have one book, maybe 2 by the time we get around to it. Available on all good Amazons. Right, it's now after past. If you're interested in playing the quiz, let me just put the link back in there. We'll do that in a minute or 2. How difficult is shipping live animals there, and are fish considered completely ornamental in the UK? There are different rulings covering different things. So invertebrates and stuff like that, you can kind of do what you want at the moment, but they change the ruling so often, it's very strange. So depending on the day of the week, it seems our main shippers, it's frowned upon. So I got quite friendly with my local post office. I was just completely open with them. I was like, I've got fish to sell. These are, and they were like, oh, are they fry? And I was like, oh, I guess so. Yeah, that's fine. Go for it. And I could just send them through the normal Royal Mail. You send them like priority, first class. And then eventually they were like, oh, no, I don't think you're allowed to do that anymore. And then next time they were like, oh, no, it's fine again. You can come back. So they were constantly changing it. And I think it's the definition, and it's usually to do with, they don't classify them as ornamental fish for the trade. It's more for like, well, a lot of the rules apply to dead fish, which I'm like, no, they're alive. I want you to treat them normally. And some of them apply to like farmed fish. Yeah, that's right. Rather than ornamental fish. So the only surefire way in the UK to do it is there is one, possibly 2, but one courier who is accredited to ship live fish. And it costs about £15 to ship them overnight per box of fish. Whether that box has 1 fish in it or 100 fish, your shipping cost is £15. I've just started a little fish room for breeding some fish. It's more for fun and creating hobby funds than making it. Yeah, and I think that's probably the right way to approach it, rather than think I must make a business out of this because I enjoy doing it. No, I mean, I resisted trying to make a business out of this for a long time because I feel that as soon as you make it your job, you'll start to enjoy it less. But you never know. Would it be okay to ask for some Discus advice on the Discord? Of course you have. Of course you can. I have 10 new arrivals from Chens. Oh, lucky you. Oh, Stevie P says, I received my awesome prize this week. Thanks for the book, The Fish Keeper's Mindset. This book here, available at all good Amazons and on my website, if anybody wants one, signed and everything. I hope you enjoy it. All livestock for vertebrates are under the same rules, but for fishies, only a few shippers use them. Yeah, I think that's probably the right way to do it. Do a Joey, get donations from your audience and build a gallery to sell out of. If I could get my audience to do that, you never know. I can't get them to watch my videos, never mind give me actual money. Right, we're about to do the quiz. If you are a member, remember that you can get 75 points at any point by typing something. What is it that you have to type? Anyone remember? Exclamation mark 75 will be where you can claim your points. If you're a hero member, you get to sponsor a question. What do points make? Prizes! Yep, something like that. So, but you have to be a member to be able to get that. Right, I'm miles behind, aren't I? Sorry. Little face. There's the scanny thing if you want to scan things. Could you run an Aquarium Adventures auction with fan sales too? Now that is something I've thought about. Whether or not we could do a live sale where we could all pull together our goods to sell to our own areas. There'd probably need to be some kind of website built to run all this. But it's a place for hobbyists to gather and then I run the auction. So, like, you know, oh, here we've got 15 cherry shrimp bred by Juggler. Who wants them? And it's down to Juggler to actually ship them and sell them, and then he gets the money. I say it's something I've thought about. I've given it all of about 10 minutes of thought and went, oh, that sounds like a good idea. No idea how I'd do it, though. Oh, flashy lights. And done that. What's that in the cover of your book? This book. That's a version of me. Common practice for sales is 3 times cost. 1/3 is cost, 1/3 is overheads, and 1/3 is profit. Yeah, I get that, and it's different in different industries, and it's probably an oversimplification of it, but I think that's a good standard base to go for. But I know that for certain things, like I don't think you can get 3 times on fish because you just price yourself out so many times. But I think you can get many, many more times on other things like rocks, hardscape, substrates, dry goods in general seem to get a lot higher margins. Maybe do a non-fish store, so just plants and aquatic, possibly. Yeah. Right, we're miles behind, aren't we? I'm sure you could leverage your AI skills to build said, but yeah, probably could. Right, so we're ready, people. There are 20 of you ready to play the quiz. Best of luck to you all. I shall start it. They keep moving the buttons. There it is. Start the countdown. Good luck, everybody. Fish Vet's in. How we doing? What are the evening's libations? Well, we've started off with Juicy in the Sky by Stuart Brewing, a tropical pale ale, which is lovely. Question number 1. What movie shown here was eclipsed in popularity by a similarly themed Armageddon in the summer of 1998? Was it Deep Impact, The Core, The Day After Tomorrow, or 2012? What do points make? Prizes! Okay, Mandy wants her points, no problemo. You thought it was probably Deep Impact. You were correct. Oh, I've lost my calculator. You know, to add up 79 plus 75. Got to be sure. Do we have a new leader? It's Zenny McGinger. What do points make? Prizes! Stevie P wants it as well. Let's see, where's Stevie P? What do points make? Prizes! I need to find an AI way to automatically add the points. Who was that? Someone else? That what was points make? Prizes! Lee, Adam, and Applegal. Oh god, bloody hell! What do points make? Prizes! I get it, me. Shut up, me. Mona Lee, handily on no points, so I don't need the calculator for you. Applegal, handily on no points, so I don't need it for you either. And who was the other one? Adam, are you still Mr. Fancy Pants? Oh, he's on 75. So I don't need the calculator for him either. Excellent. That groan sounded like you were watching McTominay's overhead kick once more. Oh, we'll be talking about that as well. I mean, I'm not a massive football fan, but what a game. What a game. Stevie P, that would have made you enjoy soccer. Question 2. What online shopping empire is billionaire Jeff Bezos responsible for creating from a garage in 1994? Is it Temu, eBay, Etsy, or Amazon? What do points make? Prizes! Prizes! Surely there's not that many members. EJD, are you a member? Oh, almost everyone going for Amazon. Almost everyone correct. It was, of course, Amazon. So hang on, I just need to quickly check. Memberships. See all your members. I did not think you were a member, BJD, so you tried to pull a fast one there. Right, I can't see it right. Making the executive decision not to give you any extra points because I don't think you remember. If I'm wrong, let me know. Question number 3. The mighty Scotland qualified for the World Cup this week in tense fashion. When did the last men's team make a World Cup? Was it Spain 82, South Africa 2010, France 98, or USA 94? If you don't know, it was the last week of the World Cup qualifiers, and Scotland played Denmark and had to win to go through. They scored some unbelievable goals and created some unbelievable tension and got me unbelievably drunk as I sat and watched it. It had everything. Shock early goals, fantastic skill from a Scottish player, 80 minutes of drivel, And then another 10 minutes of shock, amazing skills, and just amazingness. Oh, we got a whole range of answers. The correct answer was the last World Cup they qualified for was France 98. Zenny getting that one. Wow. And Stevie P, the non-sporty people. Whew. Imagine. Anna Banana says, I can't play. It's got stuck on the rankings. If you hit refresh, it should catch up. Sometimes it sorts itself out. Question number 4. In planes, trains, and automobiles, what city are Neil and Dell trying to reach for Thanksgiving? Is it Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, or Boston? Mandy says, I had no idea, so I just clicked one so as to not lose time. Often the best way. What city were they aiming for? You think it's either Boston or Chicago. It was Chicago. Neil Page and Del Griffin run into endless insane troubles trying to get from New York to Chicago. Question number 5. Oh no, show you the scores first. Question number 5. What speed-based word is found in the name of this tree-dwelling creature? Is it relaxed, swift, fast, or slow? If anybody knows the trivia fact about this animal that makes it unique amongst all animals, you get an extra 100 points if you type it in quickly. What speed-based word is found in the name of this tree-dwelling creature? Well, it's a loris. Is it a relaxed loris, a swift loris, a fast loris, or a slow loris? It is a slow loris. Simon's gone for long finger. I have a long finger. That one's even longer. Andy's got it. It's poisonous. It's the only animal that is both poisonous and venomous. Now you know. The slow loris has a venomous bite and is also poisonous to eat. So you get, what did they say? You can have 100 points for that one. Well done. How do I do that? I'm glad I made it 100 then. I don't need to get the calculator out. But being a mammal does not make it unique. The contents of their feces can include undigested fruit seeds. Well, there's cats that do that as well. That's the ones that they make coffee from, isn't it? Question number 6. Who starred as the titular character of Thomas Magnum in the 1980s TV show Magnum P.I.? Is it Tom Selleck, Bruce Willis, Telly Savalas, or David Hasselhoff? Oh, most of you got that right. Going for Tom Selleck. So we've got Zenny McGinger in first place, Mr. Fancy Pants author in second place, Juggler in third place. I think it was Stevie P in fourth place. Oh, he's still off the plastic surgery. He does look a bit shiny. Question number 7. Which Martin Scorsese mob film was marketed with this movie poster? Is that Mean Streets, The Irishman, Goodfellas, or Casino? Are they poisonous, or is it just a misunderstanding of venom? Well, the website I looked at was very clear that they were both poisonous and venomous. That's not to say that it was correct, but that's what it said. Which film was that? It was indeed Goodfellas. Well done, everybody. Or almost everybody. Getting some good fast guessing here, everyone. Well done. Question number 8. What is the name of the British candy-covered chocolates that were the original inspiration for M&M's? Is it Treats, Galaxy Minstrels, Smarties, or Avec? Refreshment break. What have we gone for? Ooh. 5 people gone for Treats that I've never heard of. More people gone for Smarties, which is the correct answer. Well done, people. We caught the Americans out with that one, people. I'm going with Panama Creative as the next beer, which from Hamilton Brewery. Now you know. Question 9. Which part of the body is affected by the condition otitis or otitis? Is that the foot, the eye, the ear, or the knee? Most of you going for the ear. It is, in fact, the ear. Well done, most people. I'm seeing a lot of chatter about slow lorises not being poisonous and venomous. So they're definitely venomous. So they're the world's only venomous primates. Not seeing anything about. Apparently they have poisonous elbows. Oh, well, I mean, that is Reddit, but Slow is the only mammal which has both a toxic bite and is poisonous. They are nocturnal and when threatened, freeze and remain motionless. The slow loris is the only one which is actually poisonous. It bites you, you get messed up. You bite it, you get messed up. Because it has glands on their arms, near their elbows, where they get it all from. And the fur is poisonous, but when it's in the mouth, mixed with their saliva, it gives them a toxic bite. Poisonous elbows. Who'd have known? Who'd have known? Right, question 10. This is your gambling question. You're going to get a little bit of a clue. Cryptic clue, which isn't going to help you much. But good luck. Here comes your gambling. Do. That's meant to say. Poisonous elbows. Is it a Gruffalo? Oh, Shadows sneaked in. Nice to see you. Whose single "I'm Lovin' It" started being used as a McDonald's jingle in 2003? Was that Jay-Z, John Legend, Justin Timberlake, or Justin Bieber? Ooh, most people thinking it's Justin Timberlake. Have you mixed up your Justins? Because the right answer is Justin Timberlake. The catchy "I'm Lovin' It" jingle was performed by Justin Timberlake and first used by McDonald's in 2003, becoming one of the fast food giant's most successful advertising campaigns. There you go, at the halfway point. You asked this question not long ago. Oh, well, sorry. I mean, I do a lot of questions. I'm bound to repeat myself eventually. Sorry. Zany McGinger in 1,637 points. Juggler in second place, 1,420. Mr. Fancy Pants, 1,348. CVP, 1,200. Fat Kids on 1,100. Error 404. The mysterious Error 404 on 1030. The big losers were Rebecca, John, Teresa, and No Chance. Question 11. Which of these young famous female women? Yeah. By the time I read this, it'll finish. Which of these young famous women is not a billionaire? Is it Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, Kim Kardashian, or Kylie Jenner? Is Kim young? Yeah, possibly not. What do we think? Oh, most of you going for Selena Gomez. The answer is Kylie Jenner. In March 2019, Forbes named Kylie Jenner at 21 the youngest self-made billionaire based on the estimated value of her cosmetics company, Kylie Cosmetics. However, in May, they removed her from the list, stating the family had inflated the value of the business. So, well done, Applegal, Lee, Lemoy, No Chance, John, and Anna Banana. Question 12. What fictional character's name is derived from a Yiddish word meaning fright? Is it Tarzan, Godzilla, Shrek, or Zorro? What do we think? Quite an even split on this one, but it's Shrek. The name Shrek comes from a Yiddish word pronounced Shrek, which means fright or terror. Zenny and Juggler getting that one. Stevie P getting that one. Not quite enough to push him into the top 3, though. I don't know any Yiddish either, I'm afraid. But Shrek just sounds like shekel, Shrek. With lots of sh words. Yeah. Question 13. Pardon me. What Pokemon character is seen here soaring above the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? Is that Bulbasaur, Mimikyu, Charizard, or Pikachu? Shrek. Yeah, that makes sense as well. We all seem to know our Pokemon, because that is indeed Pikachu. Well, that was a fastest finger first question. We've got some 88s and 89 there from Shadow. Well done. Question 14. Where would you encounter this sign indicating one end of US Route 1, mile 0? Is that Rhode Island, California, Florida, or Washington? Oh. Oh, we could not be more in disagreement here. 5 for Rhode Island, 5 for California, 5 for Florida. Nobody thinks it's Washington. Well, 2 people do. But it was, in fact, Florida. US Route 1, often referred to as the Main Street of the East Coast, runs from Florida to Maine. This historic highway plays a vital role in connecting major East Coast cities, with a total length of 2,370 miles. One end is in Fort Kent, Maine, and the other is in Key West, Florida. Oh, Mr. Fancy Pants sticks in third place with that one. Question number 15. Sorry, I like that one. I answered really fast, though, wrongly. It's got to count for something. Question 15. What African animal has species named Burchell's, Grants, and Graves? Grevies, something like that. Is it an elephant, a gazelle, a zebra, or a rhinoceros? Burchell's, Grants, and Gravies. Oh, got to show you the correct answer. The correct answer was zebra. Burchell's zebra, also known as the plain zebra, is widespread across eastern and southern Africa. Grant's zebra is one of the subspecies known for its adaptability. Gravy's zebra is named after French President Jules Grévy, and the largest and most endangered of the zebra species. Now you know. All of a sudden have a blocked nose. I don't know what's happening here. Question number 16. What beloved movie hero is the subject of this famous movie poster? We might have had this one in the past as well, sorry. Is that Jack Reacher? Is that Indiana Jones? Is it James Bond? Or is it Sherlock Holmes? Everyone thinks that is Indiana Jones. Because it is Indiana Jones. So again, a fastest finger first question. 89 from Shadow. I don't think anyone's broken the 90 barrier tonight. James Bond with his signature hat and whip. Yes, indeed. If I don't put in some easy ones, everyone gets upset, you know. Question 17. Which country became the smallest nation ever to qualify for the World Cup this week? Was it Scotland, the mighty Scotland, Curacao, Iceland, or Cape Verde? Scotland, Curacao, Curacao. Don't know how to say that. Curacao. One of them. Two people went Scotland. I mean, we're small, but we're not tiny. The answer was Curacao. 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 Going with that one. Curacao. That one. Zenny with the football questions again. The second C is pronounced as a sort of S. Curacao. Curacao? Curacao. Curacao. Curacao? Question 18. What company was the creator of Betamax, the superior videocassette tape format that was destroyed by VHS? You'll remember it next year after they dump you out of the cup. You're going to win it. Guaranteed win. Get your money placed. Get your bets placed now. Scotland. World Cup victors. Ah! That was God mocking me by making my beer spill everywhere for saying that. Betamax, is that by Sharp, JVC, Panasonic, or Sony? Nine of you went with Sony. 9 of you are correct. It was indeed Sony. In 1975, Sony introduced the Betamax to the world. In 76, JVC released VHS. And while Betamax was superior in quality, longevity, it simply could not compete on price and availability. We had a Betamax. Top 4 all getting that one right. Curacao is actually part of the Dutch kingdom. Huh? There you go. I did not know that. Right, penultimate question. In what 2004 comedy film does the titular character say this creature, the liger, is his favourite animal? Is that Barton Fink, Napoleon Dynamite, Bucky Larson, or Happy Gilmore? I remember reading that Betamax lost because the porn industry chose VHS. I remember that as well. And the piracy, it was easier to pirate VHS than Betamax, and that's why they lost as well. Anyway, was it Napoleon Dynamite or Happy Gilmore? Oh, it was. I'm not showing you. It was Napoleon Dynamite. Sorry. The liger, a humongous combination of lion and tiger, was the favourite animal of Napoleon Dynamite, who in 2004 proclaimed it was bred for its skills in magic. 2004? I thought that was a long time ago. Here's Graham with breaking news. 2004 was a long time ago. Question number 20. It's your final question. You can see the 1, 2, and 3. But how are you going to bet your final betting points on the final betting question? Here comes your cryptic clue. Spacey selfie. What does that mean? Spacey selfie. Vote for Pedro. I think I had a vote for Pedro t-shirt. And I had another t-shirt that said, "My lips hurt real bad." That I wore. On what planet did NASA's Curiosity rover capture this iconic selfie in 2018? Is it from Saturn, Venus, Mercury, or Mars? Saturn, Venus, Mercury, or Mars? Oh, Lee's gone all in. Oh, one of you has gone for Saturn, everyone else has gone for Mars. Wouldn't it be funny if that one person got it right? Didn't, but it would be funny. It was, of course, Mars. The Curiosity rover took this selfie on Mars to send back to Earth after it conquered the lower slopes of the planet's Mount Sharp. Oh, we've got a flashing light. There we go, fix that. So, what's that done to the final scores on doors? The winners are... third place, Mr. Fancy Pants Arthur with 3,542 points. Second place,
congratulations,
Juggler with 3830, and your winner tonight, Zenny McGinger, 4,181 points. Congratulations, everyone. Woohoo and stuff, I didn't end with 13 points. Well, if we do a bit of live spreadsheet, I'm sure you're doing pretty well this month. Get that down there so you can see it. Oh, maybe it was last month you were doing well. Here's Zenny McGinger.
congratulations.
Congratulations. Sorry, Excel's being a bit slow opening the spreadsheet. There we go. So, delete that, copy that, move that. Oh, no, do that. So you're there, 987. Did you not play week 1? That must have been it. So there we go. That has put you into 5th place, Mandy. Well done. Your top guys this year, or this month so far, are Mr. Fancy Pants Arthur, 8578, Juggler, Error 404, Fat Kids When It's Seesaw, and Zenny McGinger. Your top 5. Applegal, Mona Lee, Stevie P, John, and Craig, bringing up the top 10. Well done, everybody. Right, let me save that now so I don't have to redo it all again next week. That out the way. But don't go anywhere, people, because the internet's favourite quiz, Answer Smash, is coming up shortly. I'm so excited for this because this went so well last week. Richard Osman fans, we're doing Answer Smash, where the last few 1, 2, or 3 letters of one word make up the first 2 or 3 letters of the next one. straight into the next one. Shadow, are you excited about this? I'm excited about this because this went so well last time. Just let me do a quick double check. Oh yeah, I have saved it. We're okay. So, for those of you who are new, we are going to play Enter Smash soon. What time are we at? Oh, we're only at 20 past 10. Copy. This is the Eliminator Answer Smash style, where you will be shown two things. One will be a question and one will be a picture. The answer to the question and whatever the picture is should be smashed together to make one word, which you'll be asked to type in. So, the question, it might be the last couple of letters of the question will make up the first couple of letters of the picture, or vice versa. It can be swapped around. Answer Smash. I might be doing this a lot, Answer Smash, because last week nobody got this. Everyone was just like, big green potato, all spaced out. There will never be a space between the two answers because they will be smashed. Hence, Answer Smash. There'll always be one word. It will never just be, so if the question was, what day follows a Tuesday, and the picture was an apple, the answer would not be, Wednesday apple. Smash them together. That one doesn't work because you can't smash them together. But do you get my point? It will never be two different words. Elaine says, I'm getting the concept. I don't think anybody can get the concept. Clearly, last week we did not get the concept. No spaces, smash them together. Can we have an example? These are really hard for me to think up. Let me find my pen. I find it easier to write. So you're now going to watch me in silence for a moment while I try and think of another one. Answer Smash. How? Right, so I've got an Answer Smash example for you. Use last week's. That would have been much cleverer, wouldn't it? But I've deleted last week's and I can't remember any of them. Right. So the question might be to terminate a computer program early before completion, and the picture might be of a crustacean with claws, like walk sideways, a crab. Right? So the question might be to terminate a computer program early, and the picture was of a crab. So I've given you one of the answers there is crab. So you need to work out if crab goes at the end or at the start. That make sense? I'm just imagining everybody going. So in that example, your two answers were crab and to terminate a program early, abort. So crab and abort. Crabort. So crab, the A and the B from crab start off the abort. Crabort would be the answer. Not crab abort. Not aborting crab. Not anything else. Crabort. Yeah? Or, as his Ginger has reminded me of one of them, the picture was a tetra and the question was describing a train, and the answer was not tetra train or fish locomotive, I think was one of them. It was tetrain. Right, we got it? So the answer doesn't have to be a real word. No. Crabort. Yes, you were right, Applegal. Well done. So, let's just do it. I wrote a book. So a made-up word can be the answer. A made-up word can be the answer, yes. Have you ever seen Richard Osman's House of Games? They do this every night. It's wasn't the last three. It's not always the last three letters. It could be the last letter. It could be the last two letters. It could be the first two letters. It could be, and it's not always the picture first. Sometimes it's the question first. There's a little bit. Are you explaining a spinnerism? No. Are these words in your book? No. Right, let's just do it. I've upped the time at the request of everyone from last week. So you've got a full minute to answer these questions. So if you're not sure, don't answer straight away on question one. I will give you some help on question one. Yeah? Oh, dear. I don't think I'm describing a spinnerism. What's a spinnerism? No, yeah, a spinnerism is when you accidentally swap some of the sounds, like blushing crow for crushing blow. Shake a tower, take a shower. So it's not that. Right, are we all in? Did I put in the right thing? It's driving me nuts. So already, I'm not trying to upset anyone here. Right, here we go. Remember, if you're not sure and you don't quite get the concept, and smash. I'm just going to keep doing this as if it's going to help. But the first question, I will give you the answer. Right? Here we go. Start the count. Oh, a little screen so you can see what we're talking about. Oh, hang on. Oh. There we go. Right, so the question is big green angry superhero, and the picture is a kangaroo. So a big green angry superhero is the Hulk, and that's a kangaroo. So the last letter of Hulk is K, so it must be Hulk kangaroo. I mean, I'll give you misspellings, so the person who spelled kangaroo wrong, that's fine. But the person who wrote Hulkaroo, not Hulkaroo, is Hulkangaroo. What's a aroo? Kangarook. Hulkin. What? Right, I'm going to give everybody the points here. But I just want to share my screen for a second. Hulkaroo? No, because that would mean it's Hulk and Karoo. What's a Karoo? Hulkin? What's a can? Kangarook? No. The Hulk isn't even in that. Kangareen? No. Well, this is your final chance. I'm going to give you all these answers, but also mock you at the same time because they are ridiculous. Am I just not explaining this right? Kangarook. Kanga Green? What the hell is that all about? Kanga. So, there we go. Show live answers. Everyone got that right. Well done, everyone. Yeah, it was Hulkangaroo. So, 2 words. Smash. Everyone's still in. Someone got eliminated by being too slow. I can't help that. Right, question 2. We've got the concept, everyone? A common name for some lorikeets, and that picture. A common name for some lorikeets. Oh, someone's got it. It's a smash. I can explain it, but I can't understand it for them. Oh, quite right. Portmanteau. Oh, it might be that. Yeah, let me just. I can't remember what that means either. Well, some portmanteaus, yes. Like brunch, breakfast, and lunch. But this includes all the letters. So I'm going to give. I always need to account for bad spelling, either yours or mine. Co. Crub. Oh, sorry. So we have 6 plecoconuts. Pleco, coconut, plecoconut. The person who put plecoconuts, I've given you that. Rebecca coconut, no, coconuttery. What is coconut, Harry? Coconuttery. What? Cocoa fish, crabort, coconutetra. You'll be surprised to learn that plecoconut was the correct answer. So well done to these people. Just while I quickly check who answered what. Sorry, I just had to satisfy my curiosity there. So, right, we're still in question 3. Here we go. Maritime branch of the armed forces, and this picture. The maritime branch of the armed forces, this picture. Come on, people, you can get it. It's not Banana Man. I mean, so close, people. A navy? No. It has to have all the words of both letters and then smash them. See what happens. So in this case, right, sorry, the light got me there. So it was the navy and a banana. So the correct answer is banana navy. Banana and navy. Answer smash. So some people got it. We're okay, we're okay. Question number 4. The capital city of France and that picture. Remember, these are meant to be getting harder. How big a smash? A big smash would be Banavy. Yeah. We're smashing them, but we're retaining all letters of all words. So someone has spelt something wrong, so I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Capital city of France, Paris, and that is an island. So Paris and island makes per island. Paris, Leand. I don't think we can give you that one. It's too far away. The correct answer, Parisland. Looks like Parisland, but it's Paris and island. Smashed. That should have been the example. Oh, okay. Question 5. A person who buys goods or services from a shop or business, and that picture. Oh, I think we're getting it now, people. Although spelling's not helping. I think that maybe this should have been earlier on. So the people who can't spell discus, I'm going to give you this one. Oh, what's happened? Oh, I pressed the wrong button. The answer was discustomer. Like so. But everyone got that right. Question 6. Common name for the Daniel Ririo and that picture. If you spelt discus wrong, surely you spelt customer wrong. Well, one of them was duscus. So maybe that's just how that's like the accent. Oh, this is my duscus fish. Oh, look at my duscus. Kathleen can smell, but fingers are bigger than the keyboard. I know, that is... I will give you a little bit of a leeway for spelling. Oh, this one seems to be a bit trickier for people. This is the ones I like. So, 4 of you got zebrafish shotgun. So, zebrafish and shotgun. Fish shotgun, nearly there, but I wanted the zebra because it's a Danny O'Reilly. Zebra gun thingy. Or zebra gun, what the... It was, in fact, you'll be unsurprised to know, correct answer was zebrafish shotgun. Zebrafish gun, zebra gun, what the fuck? Sorry, just not close enough. If we go into the rankings, 5 in a row is the current winner. So after how many questions have we done? We've done 6 questions, and so 2 people have got 5 correct. So Mona Lee and Stevie P have Got 5. A couple have got 4. Question number 7. Musical starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, and that picture. What drugs were you on when you thought these up? None. Well, mild paracetamol, that's all. Musical starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, and that picture. We have Wicked Fruit. I don't know what that is. Kiekst. Kiwi movie? No, it was Kiwi Kid. Kiwi Wicked. Key Wicked. The musical was Wicked, and that is a Kiwi. Key Wicked. Question number 8. The name of Taylor Swift's 2025 World Tour, and that picture. Yeah, this one's a little bit tricky, I thought. But clearly no one else thought. The name of Taylor Swift's 2025 World Tour, and that picture. Yes, sometimes the words are normal words, yes. That does happen every now and again. It's not a trick one, it's just... It's question 8, I've got to make them a little bit tricky. Adam's embarrassed to you this. We have no idea. Nikon Swift camera. So close, so close. Cameras. Because that is a camera, and her tour was the Eras tour. So cameras. Cameras. Oh, I forgot to change the right answer. Hang on. That was left over from last week. Don't worry, I'll give you all the right answer. What's that there? I marked you all as wrong. I did. Hang on, I can fix that. I can fix this. I can go into activity. Or maybe I can't fix it. Right, I'm just going to give everyone an extra point. Let's put it that way. We'll do that. Question 9. A programmable electronic device that can accept, process, store, and output data using components such as CPU, RAM, and GPU. And that picture. A programmable electronic device that can accept, process, store, and output data using components such as CPU, RAM, and GPU. And that picture. Well, if nothing else, no one has put two separate words in yet. So that's an improvement on last week. Oh dear. Laptop Terminator. That's my favourite one tonight. Laptop Terminator. Terminator. Memory card Terminator. The answer was... Oh, what happened? The answer was Computer Terminator. Laptop Terminator. It wasn't smashed. Oh, that made me laugh. Saying there's no survivors because of my earlier faux pas, but really, Shadow has 8 correct, Zenny has 8 correct, and Error 404 has 8 correct, and Mr. Fancy Pants Authors has 8 correct. So they've all only missed 1. Stevie P has 7 correct. Or have all those people who got 8 correct actually got 9 correct because I've not added on your extra point yet? Possibly. All right, your final question of the evening. A patterned or cloth consisting of crossing horizontal and vertical bands in multiple colours. And that picture. A pattern or cloth consisting of crossing horizontal and vertical bands in multiple colours. Oh. Oh. 6 have gone for Tartangerine. Clorange is particularly good. Satsumatrix. See, that actually works. So whoever did Satsuma and Matrix, that kind of works, but it wasn't quite right. But Clorange. What could that be? What's a chlor or a chloran? Chlorang? Chlora. I don't know. Periclectrus. I don't know what that means either. It was Tartangerine. Unfortunately, there were no winners this week, but I think we might have had some winners actually. Zany McGinger with 9 correct answers, Error 404 with 9 correct answers, and Mr. Fancy Pants Author with 9 correct answers. I think you probably all get 10. So, well done, you. Well, there were only 9. Did I only do 9? Have I finished early? No, there were 10. Big Green Angry Superhero, common name for Laura Kids, maritime branch of the forces, capital city of France, a person who buys goods or services, common name for a Danny O'Reilly, movie musical, Taylor Swift's World Tour, programmable electronic device, and patterned cloth.
Surprising.
Surprising. Yeah, so the one that I cocked up would be 10. So you should have got 10 in a row. So well done, you. You should have got 10. That wasn't nearly as ridiculous as last week. So we might just put that one in the rotation now. Now that we're kind of starting to get it. It's a smash. Smash the answers. Still getting some crazy answers though. I quite like that one. I don't know why that tickled me quite so much last time. But for those of you who weren't here last week, it did not go that smoothly, and you saw how smoothly that went. Last week was a bit of an experience. Right, we have got 10 minutes left, so now we've reached the end of the evening for you to ask me some questions, and let me just show off little face. Oh, big face. Can't. Me wee Mbunas are doing wonderfully. Smash t-shirt, yeah, I'm definitely have to get a. It's a smash. I might have to release that one. If you are interested and you want to get some merch, I wrote a book. Don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but I've written a book. It says the book. Got a picture of me in the back and everything to prove it. Yeah, that's me. You can buy it on Amazon or my website if you want a signed copy. There's also other t-shirts and stuff available, as well as plants, food. Yeah, that's kind of it. Pardon me. So hats, because it's winter, you know, nights are fair drawing in. T-shirts, might release some more hoodies and things like that. Some Answer Smash merch coming soon. It was still funny and frustrating, thank you. Perhaps let us see Brian and give him a treat. Oh, Brian is here. Oh, come on, Brian. There he is. Do you want to be something to eat? Brian's actually playing quite nice with these fish. I think the Oscar might be getting a bit too big because he's starting to interfere with his feeding regimes. So the Oscar might be moving into Mega Tank 1 soon, but for now, we're all right. Big Brian's doing okay. Love that fish. Some might say the Answer Smash goods will be in the grey merch section of the website. Definitely, I like it. I might even say Answer Smash trademark grey merch. I'll get on that this weekend. That's good though. I wish I'd thought of that myself. Right, so what have we got on the agenda? I was thinking about this recently. I have today been and filled up my CO2 tank because I've taken advantage of some Black Friday deals and bought a proper CO2 kit with a multi-stage. In fact, let me just show you. So my next video is going to be all about CO2, where I'll probably be saying, if you really want to know about CO2, watch this video by Stevie P. But it's all about my failings and foibles of the different types of CO2 that I've used over the years, and hopefully introducing a new one that I've got, which I shall show you now. So, which is this one. So I've been and I've prepped my big CO2 bottle and filled it up. But I've bought this, which is a CO2 regulator with, it's like a modular bubble counter type needle valve arrangement. Because I want to run multiple tanks, and you can just buy extra ones, so you can just buy, I'm trying to click on the picture now, idiot. You can just buy extra, as many of these as you want. So I've bought 3 of these. So it comes off the dual stage regulator straight into here, which has got like a solenoid valve, so you can set it up as a timer, and then it runs into these, and then each one of these can go into a different tank. I have a very much DIY version of this already, where I have this bit, and then I've just got it going into like airline valves with bubble counters. It's not good. So I'm hopeful that this will be a little bit more professional and refined looking and do the job. I can just add on more of these every time I want to get one. Add a new tank, I'll add a new CO2 thing. Because the 2 aquascapes that I've done so far, I've got the Flue Valve Flex one and the leaky tank one. The Flue Valve Flex one went horrifically wrong, Algae City. But the other leaky tank one is actually doing really well. It's looking quite good and some nice colours, nice growth, nice, yeah, happy with that one. But my CO2 blew. You probably heard me talking about it a few weeks ago. In fact, it did it on video, but it went psh. So the same thing happened again during the night, and I just dumped out the entire tank into the fish room, which is better than into the fish tanks. So, blessings. So this is me restarting my CO2, and I've realised that I've got all different kinds of, from very DIY CO2s to kind of semi-professional to somewhere in the middle of like DIY plus, we should call them, and different types of, whether it's reactors, atomizers, bubble ladders, all different kind of things. So I thought I would talk a little bit about them. And see how we got on. So that's kind of what I was hoping for. So that'll be coming up soon. My foray into CO2 even more. I wouldn't recommend running more than 2 or 3 on one F zone. Oh, right. Oh, really? Well, I only want to run 2 at the moment. I've bought 3 because I want to add 1 more in a bit. Oh, but it was my understanding you could just keep going. There's something in there about 100 psi being the working limit. I don't think I'd get anywhere near that. But okay, well, I still need to look into that and see why not. I could always just use one of them, go into another splitter later on, but I thought it looked quite legit, just having them all there in one go. I ran 3, it was fine, but getting a bit iffy with the working pressure inconsistencies. Yeah, well, when I was running 2 off a 5-lane splitter, which was an airline splitter, so it was leaky as hell and just rubbish. It was all, I seemed to be losing loads of, not losing, but not getting consistent bubbles. So it would be like, I'm going to do 5 bubbles a second. Oh, down to 1 bubble a second. Oh, 10 bubbles a second. Oh, down. And I've not touched the thing. Why are you doing this? And it was all about where it was losing pressure at certain points and certain, building up a bit there, but drawing back. So I thought this would be a little bit easier because it's coming straight off the regulator. So there's not a lot of chances for it to lose pressure anywhere. And it might be more consistent, but maybe I should have just asked you first. If the regulators had consistent build quality, it would work better. Well, I do have a fairly decent regulator. So I wonder if I can just attach, because it's the modular part of the bubble counters that was what I really wanted. Because my regulator's fine. I'm really quite happy with that. It's just the way to split the CO2 after the regulator. So I don't know. So I hope you don't mind, Steve. In fact, can I have permission to link to your video? Because your video on CO2 was, I don't like to blow smoke up people's bottoms, but it was probably the best video I've ever watched on understanding CO2. Not even just as the layman, because it covered it that a layman could understand. Yeah, okay, I kind of get that, but also went into a bit more detail that the layman plus I think would find useful. So the idea for my video, and I had to have this sketched out somewhere, is say if you just want a general overview of what CO2 is for and how it works, go and watch this video. And then now watch what I tried, which is, oh, I've blown up things, I've done things that didn't work, I've made mistakes. So that was my general plan. The one thing about CO2, if you take nothing away from this other than CO2 drop checkers are the stupidest thing in the world and do not check CO2 levels. They check CO2 levels in the past. They're like time machines for CO2 checking. I almost wiped out a tank of discus because I didn't understand how a drop checker works. And I get it, it's my fault for not knowing how it worked. I thought, a thing that checks the level of CO2 in your aquarium would, check the level of CO2 in your aquarium. Not check the level of CO2 3 hours ago. Why does that matter? So that was one really annoying thing about the whole journey into CO2. So if I get nothing across other than that, I'll be happy. Yeah, please do, because that video died a quick, ruthless. I mean, that's unfair, because that was a really good video. In fact, if anyone can link to that video now, go and give it a wee bit of a link. So if you get a little bit of traffic from this, and then I make a video and link it, we could maybe use the collab feature. Does that work? Oh, I don't know. I might send you a collab request, because then it comes up Aquarium Adventures and Stevie P, and I can link to your video that way. It's a very good video. I love learning new stuff. I mean, you're probably in the wrong place. I'm not a natural teacher, unless you want to know not how to do something, because I'm really good at that. I'm really good at saying, I tried to do this, and this is all the ways it went wrong. So then you know what not to do, and by kind of proxy, you figure out what to do. Don't forget to give the video. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, do not forget to give the video a like. By the way, have you written a book? Do you know what? I have. It's called The Fish Keeper's Mindset. I mean, it is a little bit poncy. It's not meant to be a self-help book, and I don't think it is a self-help book, but it does describe how the fish keeping hobby maybe helped me a little bit. And it's meant to be funny. It's meant to be, well, funny might be pushing it. Humorous anecdotes. And, my journey. But buy my book. I'm turning into Heiko Blair. Buy my book. And if you have bought my book, thank you very much. If you wouldn't mind reviewing it somewhere, I've got one review which basically said, bit short. It's fair, but it's quite short. It's not the thickest of books. That made me laugh, though. What did you think of the book? Bit short. I took that as a positive, as in, if it had only been longer, I could have enjoyed more of it. I'm happy to collect. Oh, good. I'll do some kind of link into it, because I genuinely thought that was a really good video. Right, we have reached 11 o'clock. I am in a lot of pain, and the alcohol is not dulling said pain, so I am going to go and have some more drugs and then go to bed. Or maybe have a wee Jim Beam. More alcohol might be the answer. Who knows? Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. If you wouldn't mind watching my next video, or even just right now, go and watch some of Stevie P's videos. They're very, very good. Very good videos. I've stolen his ideas several times. He's definitely worth a watch and a follow, and all kinds of clicky things. Do that. Enjoy your weekend, and if I leave you with nothing else, I wrote a book. It's Christmas is coming up. If you've got someone you don't like, buy it for them. I wrote a book. Thank you very much, everybody. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you same time next week for more fun games and irreverent humour and chat and waffling until I find the button that says end. There it is. Bye.